here from the Trump Organization. He knows the president pretty well, grew up with him. Donald Trump Jr. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Sean. How about yourself?
I'm good. I mean, I used to say if your dad cured cancer, they wouldn't give him credit. Now, I think I've kind of been proven right, because there's never been a medical mobilization like that. They can't admit anything that he's done well. He said New York would be dead without Donald Trump's help. Period.
Well, I agree. Yeah. And the revisionist history on everything, as you've pointed out so well, is so insane. I mean, the same people are saying he didn't act back, are the same people that said his stopping the flights from Wuhan, China, stopping the flights from literally the epicenter of this outbreak. They said it was too aggressive, it was xenophobic, it was racist, and it was too much. The fact that they're able to do this, the fact that they had statistics that said 2 million Americans were going to die. Well, we're at 1/40th of that. Not one of those is acceptable, but honestly, that's a pretty good response considering what they said that we were up against. And it's because he's gotten things done. He's worked well with a team who have acted aggressively, have made tough decisions, like shutting down travel from another country when everyone said it was xenophobic and racist, because everything is racist that Donald Trump does, obviously. That's all they have left on the other side. So it's truly disgusting watching these same people who were literally outraged 2 months ago about the actions that he took that are literally the #1 cause to prevent the spread coming into this country. Now they're outraged, and they're able to spin this revisionist history as though it's fact. It's a new low for the media, and they've got a lot of lows in the last 4 years.
I actually have asked your dad in an interview why he went 10 days after the first identified corona case in the country, he put the travel ban in effect. Took a lot of crap for that. I don't think going forward...
Oh, man, that's not an easy decision to make.
Yeah. I mean, pretty insightful. The person that warned the country the most about China was your father. The person that warned about controlling our borders, your father. Think there'll be big issues in 194 days? We have an election,
I think without question, Sean, if there's one thing that the coronavirus has taught us was that Donald Trump and his agenda in 2016 when he ran, the MAGA agenda, was 100% right. We do need to control our supply chains. We do need to have American manufacturing so the Chinese can't do what they did and basically say, oh, you're not buying into our propaganda, our talking points. You're criticizing us for lying to the world about this thing, which allowed this plague to spread the way it did. Well, you know what? We may cut off the antibiotics that are they're designed and made by your companies, but we control them, so you're not getting. We can't allow that to happen. Guess what? We can actually control our. Look how quick Mexico shut down the border to the U.S. when they said, hey, guys, it can actually be done. So if one thing that this has shown us was that Donald Trump was right all along. Donald Trump is the guy that got it and saw that. He's also the guy that built the greatest economy America has ever known. He's the guy that can make America great again, once we get through this. He's going to be the guy to do that, not Joe China, whose son took $1.5 billion from the Chinese, who's on record saying that literally China's our friend. They're not a threat to us. They're not our competition.
All right, I got to move on.
Our antibiotics.
I have Secretary Pompeo standing by, but I will tell you, you get props. Socially distant, Donald Trump Jr. I can see that. You're doing good. Anyway, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.